Good evening, sci-fi movie nerds, and welcome to another episode of the Sci-Fi Movie Guy. My name is Mike, and this is weekly show number 31. So we're going to get started, as we always do, with Star Wars news. But I just want to start off with a story about the passing of Carrie Fisher. Now, Carrie Fisher passed away on just after Christmas. She had a heart attack, and she passed away. But the next day, her mother, Debbie Reynolds, passed away of a stroke. Our hearts go out to the family of Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. That must have been such a traumatic thing to happen over the Christmas holidays. If you want, you can go to my channel and watch our top 10 Princess Leia moments, as well as our tribute to Princess Leia. It's all in one video. Jason from Trench Run Rebels did that show with me. We really liked the show. We wanted to do it over the Christmas holidays for all the Carrie Fisher fans out there. So please go check that out and let us know what you think. Then our next story is Rogue One, the first Star Wars story, has now made $425 million at the domestic box office, making it the second highest grossing domestic release of 2016 in only 18 days. If this movie had been released in November, it probably would have been number one for sure for 2016. This bodes well for future Star Wars standalone films. And when I say this bodes well, I mean this bodes really well, because it was tracking to be the number one film of 2016. And we had a lot of great films in 2016. We had Captain America Civil War. We had Batman v Superman that did almost, I think it was 800 million. And this did 425 million in 18 days. And it's still making a ton of money in 2017. If this had been released in November, for sure it would have been the highest grossing film. So what does that mean for Star Wars standalone films? I think that means we're going to get a new movie in Star Wars for a very, very long time every year, maybe two a year. And that goes into our very next story, which is MakingStarWars.net, whose sources now claim that the young Han Solo film is being moved from May 25th, 2018 to the new date of December 13th, 2018. The studios have yet to confirm the news, but based on similar moves made by The Force Awakens and Rogue One, it seems a logical next step for Disney. Also, according to an exclusive report from Variety, Woody Harrelson is in early talks to play Han Solo's mentor in the upcoming spin-off film starring Alden Ehrenreich, Donald Glover, and Emilia Clarke. Variety sources say that Harrelson is Lucasfilm's top choice, with executives wanting the role to go to an actor with considerable clout. The as-yet untitled Star Wars spin-off film about Han Solo will be directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Now, I've said it before, I would have rather had an Obi Wan film than a Han Solo film. I want to see a standalone Obi Wan film, but I am getting more excited hearing about this Han Solo film. They've released a couple of things about it. They're saying that, now they're trying to get Woody Harrelson as Han Solo's mentor. We're talking about having the young Lando in it. It's going to talk about the life debt with Chewbacca. They're going to flush that out. They're even talking about letting us see what the Kessel Run is. I'm going to be, there opening night. I'm going to be doing a review of it in 2018. But, I'm hearing a lot of people say they only need one Star Wars movie a year. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I thought I might, but now I really don't, because we get 3-4 superhero films a year, and I am amped to see all of them. And if I'm amped to see 4 superhero movies a year, I could be amped to see 2 Star Wars movies a year. So I hope they keep it at May 18th. They get another film in there in December, and I hope they rule May and December both months. And our last story in Star Wars news today is Star Wars Rebels released its Season 3 mid-season trailer today, and it did not disappoint fans everywhere. We got to see Sabine and the crew go to Mandalore, and Sabine showing off the Darksaber, as well as Kanan training her for the eventuality of having to defend her right to wield it. And we also got to see and hear Obi Wan Kenobi on Tatooine, and hear his voice, which sounds a lot like Alec Guinness. It looks like we are going to finally get the battle between Darth Maul and Obi Wan Kenobi that we have all been hoping for. And if you haven't watched the season 3 mid-season trailer, you should go to YouTube and watch it. It's amazing. They do a really good job with these mid-season trailers. But I don't know if we're going to see Obi Wan and Maul until the very end of the season. So I think we might be 10 episodes away from it. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they do it right away in the beginning and then save the Thrawn finale for the end. And when I say the Thrawn finale, they're showing that Thrawn is definitely going to have more of a presence in the second half of this season. And I hope he does. And I hope the rebellion takes some kind of a big devastating hit, so that in the next 2 seasons they can bring it back up. Because we're in season 3 right now, and they've said they're going to have 5 seasons. So we'll have 2 more seasons for them to build it back up, because it's going to end around Rogue One, maybe even at the Rogue One battle. But I want to see Maul and Obi-Wan right away. Now, the person that voices Obi-Wan, I think it's the same person that did in the Clone Wars, who imitated Ewan McGregor's voice. I think now the same actor, James Arnold Taylor, is doing the Alec Guinness voice, because that's the voice we get, is the Alec Guinness voice in this trailer. And I'm really excited that they did that. I think that's so cool that they went with the Alec Guinness, because we are only 2 years away from A New Hope. So yes, obviously he'd be an older Obi-Wan. I think we're going to see an Obi-Wan Maul fight, and it's going to be epic. Spoiler alert, but it's just my conjecture, is I think Maul will die at the end of this season at the hands of Obi-Wan. So that's it for Star Wars news. Please let me know in the comments section what you thought. And now let's get into sci-fi news. And our first story in sci-fi news today is Ben Affleck, in an interview with The Guardian this week, set the internet on fire when he asked about the standalone Batman movie. When asked if he still plans to direct and co-write the film, he said, "That's the idea, but it's not a set thing and there's no script. If it doesn't come together in a way that I think is really great, I'm not going to do it." This contradicts the actor's director's previous statement in October of 2016, when Affleck had said the script was going well. This is very, very disturbing news for the DC universe. Why would Ben Affleck say that in the public, that if it happens, it happens? He's writing the script. Okay, Ben Affleck is writing the script, he's directing the movie, and he's starring in the Batman movie. That's what's supposed to happen. Warner Brothers has said, Ben Affleck, you're in charge of these movies now. You're a top guy. And Ben Affleck is a fantastic director. He's a great scriptwriter. He makes great movies. Why is he saying this? There's 2 reasons. One of 2 reasons that he's saying this. He's co-writing this movie with a comic book writer. I can't remember his name right now. And if they're not agreeing on how this script should go, as far as I'm concerned, they need to fire that other guy, because Ben Affleck's the guy you want in front of this movie. Now, the second thing that could possibly be happening is Warner Brothers read the script wherever he was in it and said, no, this is all wrong, and they're interfering, like they interfered in Batman v Superman, like they interfered in Suicide Squad with the reshoots because they thought it was too dark and they wanted to make it lighter. If Warner Brothers is doing this, and I'm just saying if, we're total speculation here, because that's all we know is what I just read. But if Warner Brothers is doing this, and Affleck winds up pulling out of directing or writing this movie, and he just fulfills his contract of being Batman, which he only has to do for 2 Justice League movies and a Batman movie. He's only signed on for 3 more acting in them. I am going to be so upset. To me, this could mean that the franchise will end. I know I'm being dire about this, but I honestly thought that with Wonder Woman coming out and Patty Jenkins being the director, it's going to be amazing. Justice League, Zack Snyder, they know to leave him alone this time because of what happened with Batman v Superman and how well the Ultimate Edition that was released on DVD went over with fans. It won over a lot of people that didn't like the theatrical release. They're leaving them alone for Wonder Woman and Justice League. You better leave Ben Affleck alone for Batman. That's all I'm going to say about that. But get the hell out of their way and let these people that know how to make movies make movies. You guys have the money. I get it. You need some kind of a say. But don't screw this up, because you're not going to get another Ben Affleck to run these movies. And our next story in sci-fi news today is, according to a report from Disney's official fan club, D23, it has been confirmed that Benedict Cumberbatch March's Doctor Strange will appear in Marvel Studios' Thor Ragnarok. The fan club previewed the Taika Waititi film in its 2017 update this past weekend, where it was revealed by the following description. Thor Ragnarok in November brings together Thor, the Hulk, and Doctor Strange to face off against intergalactic baddies, both familiar and new. Now, I think this is a perfect move because I wasn't a huge fan of their Doctor Strange origin story movie on its own, but Doctor Strange belongs with Thor. He belongs with Hulk. That's off in a galaxy far, far away. It's a perfect melding to see Doctor Strange in there using his powers, helping Thor, helping the Hulk. And then it ties it into maybe having him in a minor role in the Avengers films. I think it would have even been better to have done Doctor Strange and Thor Ragnarok first, then go back and release the origin story. Because there's a lot of people out there like me that didn't read the Doctor Strange comics and didn't know very much about it. And I felt that the Doctor Strange movie was very rushed. It was a shorter movie. It was just over 2 hours. And I thought it was a rushed origin story. I didn't like the way it ended. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but I didn't like the way Doctor Strange ended. But I think this is a super cool move. I'm looking forward to Thor Ragnarok way more than I was before, and I was looking forward to it a lot. And then we have our last story today in Sci-Fi News. In an interview with Variety, Ryan Reynolds revealed that he has an idea and outline for a Deadpool Wolverine movie that he hopes to get Hugh Jackman involved with, even though Jackman is planning on hanging up the claws after his appearance in this March's Logan. While speaking with the outlet, Reynolds said he would like to play Deadpool for as long as they would let him, as well as saying he hopes he can convince Jackman to join up with him in one last time as Wolverine. Now, if Deadpool was to be in the Logan movie, I think that's a mistake. Logan's going to be dark. It's going to be incredible. I'm really looking forward to Logan more than I have for any X-Men movie in a long time. But you get him to do one more movie after Logan, and it's Deadpool. And those two, with his sense of humor, Ryan Reynolds, and with, oh my goodness, I'm just blanking here. Sorry, guys. With Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. You get those two guys together, they are funny. And this could be an incredible Deadpool movie if you get them in there. And, you know, it can be when he's younger again. So Logan is at the end of Wolverine's life. He's very old. And this could be set pre-Logan when they release this movie. And that would just be fantastic. So I'm really hoping they do this. Again, I'm glad they decided not to put Deadpool in Logan because it's a rated R different film than the rated R Deadpool films. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching again. Happy New Year to everyone. If you want, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of the stories today. Let me know your thoughts on everything. If you want to email me at movieguySciFi@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter @movieguySciFi. And remember, everybody, nerds rule the world.